right
Yeah,
right.
just introduce and then your name and then just the age that you teach. And if you teach more than just one age group, it will help me also to refer to your age group when.
Okay, so Rachel, why don't you start out?
I'm Rachel McGann, Rachel, and I'm teaching at Emmanuel, Open Hebrew. I'm getting the kids from all the classes, 3rd grade till 7th grade.
Okay, Sherry.
I'm Sherry Malman, and I don't know that I will be teaching 7th grade in fall, but I did last year, and I need to keep up with my technology. So I'm also part of CJL.
Thank you. Jen Saber.
Hi, I am teaching at, I'm Jen Saber. I'm teaching at Shalom and Emmanuel, and I'm not quite sure what grades I'm teaching in the fall. So.
What else are you doing, Jen? You should tell people.
Oh, I am the inclusion specialist at both, the inclusion work at both Shalom and Emmanuel, so that will end up covering a lot of the grades. So.
All right, Roger.
I'm Roger Karp. I teach 5th grade at Congregation Shalom, which typically is 10 and 11-year-olds.
Aviva?
I'm Aviva Bergstrom. I'm going to be teaching 6th grade at Shalom. I also teach, for my other job, I teach 4-year-olds as a part of Milwaukee Public School System.
Perfect, thanks. Mara?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mara Kleiman. I teach at the Milwaukee Jewish Day School. This year, I will be doing 1st and 2nd grade Hebrew and Jewish Studies, and I do tefillah for the whole school.
Diane?
Good afternoon. I'm Diane. I'm at Beth Israel near Tamid. Don't know which grade yet. And in my other world, I'm MPS Special Ed, Inclusion, Resource, whatever you want to call it, 1st and 2nd grade.
Amber?
Hi, Amber Franklin. I teach 1st grade at Congregation Shalom, and they are 6 and 7-year-olds.
Jen Walker? You're muted, Jen.
I am Jen Walker. I teach at Ganami. I am thinking I'm going to have infants this year.
Lisa?
Hi, I'm Lisa Vandra, and I teach at Sinai, and I teach the kindergarten 1st and sometimes 2nd grade.
I got everybody, right? All right, I'm going to let Yael take it away.
Okay, great. So what we're going to do today, I see there is a variety of ages that you teach, but the tools that I will introduce today, either you will be able, most of you, to do it with your own students, or you can actually do it with parents if you have a meeting with them or online session with them, so you might be able to use that. So I'm going to share my screen. And we'll start. This will be more like hands-on. We're going to try to try these tools, not just to listen to me. And hopefully you'll be able to do something even tomorrow. So let me just share my screen. Just 1 second. Okay, great. So we are going to do today 2 tools. I don't know if you're familiar with that. If you're familiar with that, you can actually raise your hand in the chat. There is like in the Zoom, I don't know if you have reactions or you have raised your hand next to participants. So anyone here knows Padlet, or you can just raise physically your hand. Okay, so Jen, you know Padlet, and anyone here knows quizzes? Okay, so Mara, you know quizzes, sort of, and Jen, you know Padlet, and that's it, right? Okay, great. So we are going to start with Padlet. And Padlet, basically, it's a virtual bulletin board. So in the past, and all the things that we do now in this session, you can actually do face-to-face, or you can do it virtually. It's the same thing, but so either you use it in class if we hopefully go back to face-to-face, and if not, we can use it online. So basically, it's a bulletin board, virtual bulletin board that you can arrange information from class. And there are a variety of ways to organize your bulletin board. This is not mine, it's just I'm going to show you mine in a second. This is just the way it looks on your classroom. So Padlet is a great collaboration and discussion platform. Use a Padlet to collaborate, brainstorm, timeline, basically everything that you think you will be able to do on this bulletin board. And students can post responses, provide links, videos, images, recording, drawings, and almost anything that you think about you can do with your students. So what we are going to do now, we actually are going to practice to try to do it on our own. First, as a student, you'll be like students, so you can experience what your students will see. And then we will learn this tool as teachers, how to do it. Okay, so this is my link. I'm going to share it in the chat. And you will be able, just one second, to okay, so I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay, and so while you are looking at that, I'm going to show you my Padlet, for example. Okay, so this is, for example, a Padlet that I did with another and with my students, tell about an important character or person in the history of Israel. And you see students could, upload videos, they could upload pictures, they can comment to each other. So we are going to try to do something like that with the Padlet that I sent you. So I sent you a Padlet that calls share your favorite Jewish holiday, song, prayer, food, person, anything actually Jewish, okay? And let's see what we can do with that. So first, let me know if everyone is in that. Everyone could, the way you do it, you're going to either do the plus here or click twice on the Padlet. So either you do it with the plus or twice in the Padlet. Now, at this point, you didn't register yet. So yeah, I see that, Mara, yes, you can actually write your name, or you can at this point just do it this way. Okay, so let's make it a little bit more fun and more like colorful and maybe. So what we can do to make this post a little bit more interactive. So first, if you look here at the upload, you can upload a file. You can share a link if you want. Let's do YouTube, for example. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do it. You can, if you click here, you can take a picture of yourself if it's something that you want. You can say to kids, okay, take a picture of your room, take a picture of how you feel today. And if you go here on the three dots, if I speak too fast, or if you're not following me, please stop me because I don't know if everyone is with me. So feel free to stop me or just say, slow down, okay? So if you go here to the three dots, you can have more options. So again, you can have upload a file, a link. You can do a voice recording. You can record yourself saying something like shalom. You can do a drawing. Okay, so for example, if I want to draw, I can write shalom in Hebrew. If you want to practice Hebrew letter, for example, okay. And I can do save. And now I have it here. Okay, great, excellent. I see some people upload things. So for example, let's say I want to add a picture. So I'm going to, what is my favorite Jewish holiday? Or, okay, I'm going to my files, pick a file. Okay, and let's say I want to do, choose anything from my files. Let's see. Meanwhile, okay, so for example, I have a picture of Pesach. So now you see my picture, I have, and I can write my favorite holiday is, so try to also write something. My favorite holiday, and you can write is, or whatever you wrote. Is Pesach. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to stop me. And so let's try to upload a few more things. So for example, I want to upload now a video. So I'm going to go to YouTube, for example. So I'm going to share a link. So I'm going here. I'm going to YouTube. And let's say my favorite song is Oseh Shalom, or anything for Shabbat, or anything that you feel that, or prayer that you want to upload, Oseh Shalom. So I'm going just to, and meanwhile you can practice a few things like that. Oseh Shalom, I'm looking for the song. I'm taking this one. Okay, and I'm going to copy the link, go back to my Padlet here, URL. And I'm saving it. So now, okay, great. And here is my song, Oseh Shalom. Now you can practice comment to other people. So if you have a comment, add a comment. CP wrote here Passover, and I say, oh, mine too. Okay, so I can actually add comments. So this can be a collaboration between you and your students. You can sorry. Okay, great. And again, you can comment to each other. You can practice writing. You can upload file if you, this can be also assignments if you want to upload a worksheet or a prayer to practice. There is the voice. So if you want them to practice voice, like reading, for example, so you can try that. You can practice recording yourself, and you can have a bulletin board that all your students are recording their prayers, or they're recording an opinion, or whatever you teach, they can do that. Again, if you teach younger children, this can be a nice bulletin board for parents to share. You can take pictures of the students doing something, or you can ask them and you write for them, or you can make it as like, that's what we did this week, and take pictures of what you're doing every week and just share it with your parents as a bulletin board. Instead of them coming to class and see that, you can share it with them. Okay, so I'll stop for a second. Meanwhile, you can continue. And I just want to, because it's so quiet and I can't hear anyone, I do want to hear you. What kind of thing you think you can do with this bulletin board?
For my Hebrew class, I mean, it's something you can do, you know, when you practice, you know, when they're learning all the different tefillot, they can, you know, take turns with it. I like to play games when I do it. It's the perfect way to play a game while they're learning all the different tefillot.
Okay, yeah, great, Aviva. Any other ideas for how to use this bulletin board? This can be a person, yes, Roger.
I could see having my students gather images to illustrate various holidays.
Mm-hmm. And it's very friendly, I think. As you see, it's very, very friendly using, they just need to click, and they are usually very familiar with this kind of thing, upload and sharing. Other ideas, it can be a personal bulletin board that students do a portfolio, and they can collect, you know, over the course of the semester, or what I do, I'm just, everyone has their own bulletin board, and then they submit it as a project. And in that bulletin board, it's a personal. So one student share a link and share a recording and share something that they wrote. And if you practice writing, if it's Hebrew, you can share a sample of the writing. So basically it becomes like a nice portfolio in a way, but in a very nice and interactive way, and they can use all the, you know, the media that they have. Great. Okay, so any questions about how
I think Mara had an idea.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Mara.
Well, we've used it in a few ways, and some of my favorites have been, like you said, to share with parents some of the student work. So all the kids made videos that they spent a lot of time on, and they all posted their videos to this wall, and it was a really nice way to show the work. And it's also amazing for collaboration because you can move the comments and boxes around. So you can do group thinking as a class and then put them in smaller groups and have them categorize ideas that have come out of a discussion, which is super nice.
Right. And what I like very much about Padlet, and in general, what I like about technology is that the things that we are doing in class, it's not just for teaching. People using Padlet for their daily life and for their other, it's like their lives, you know, it's not just because we're teaching. So for example, my friend, she just turned 50. So everyone in the family make her this bulletin board with birthday wishes, and they added her favorite song, and they put a picture of them with her. And it was just a nice collection of, you know, souvenir for her. And then you can print it, you can frame it later on. So it becomes like a really nice tool also for personal things. And that's what kids actually like a lot when they come to me and say, oh, what I did in class, now I use it for BBYO. Now I use it for my other project. Now I can use it for a family event. So it's really nice. It's very useful also for other things. So now let's go and see how we do it as teachers. And what I'd like you, maybe if you will be able to do, to share your link, and then we will add to your board. So let's go to how to do it as teachers. So now you will have to log in and sign up as a teacher. Okay, so all that we did, and very nice. Okay, so now we are going to go as teachers, so you should have something like that after you sign up as teachers, and you'll have like make a Padlet, join a Padlet, or gallery. So just let me know if we are good. So yes, can I continue?
Yeah, Yael, how do we sign up again? Where?
So you go to the Google, you go padlet.com. Let me just show it's here. You go here, padlet.com, www.padlet.com. And you should have probably a wall, maybe just with mine, but if not, maybe you'll have it empty. So the downside, it's a beautiful tool. The downside is that you only have 3 free Padlets, but you can remake them if you want to. So you can reuse them. If your school will pay for you, which I highly recommend. Yes, Mara, do you have a comment? Oh, because your hand is raised. Oh, it's from before, okay. It's about $9 per month per teacher. So if your school, if you have a budget or you think it's a useful tool to purchase, then you'll have more than 3. But at this point, it gives you 3, and again, you can redo them. So you'll not be able to save the old ones, but you can redo them. So let's start with the make a Padlet and choose any Padlet that you want. And I'm going to show you a few things how to create and how to use it as teachers. So you should have your name if on the right side, on the left side, I'm sorry. Okay, and now you can give it a name when you create a new one. Okay, you can give it a name instead of here. So if you go, in this point, you can just say trying something, or you can just decide your name of the class name, something that will have a title. And let's go and see what we can do with Padlet. So the first thing that we have is when you have to share, you have the share button. And in the share button, you can copy the link to the clipboard. So if you want to copy your link and put it in the chat, we can all see your, later on join your Padlet and add something. But in a sharing Padlet means either you can copy link, you can get a QR code if you want your kids to scan it. You can embed it if you have a blog or a website. You can email students. Of course, if you do Facebook, Twitter, but I'm not sure you do that. If you're using Google Classroom as the platform for students, I don't know, I think MGDS, are you using a Google Classroom? Right, so you can share it to that, it's very integrated. And again, you can, after that, you can save it as an image, save it as PDF. So if you need to send something or if you want to print it, you can have all that. It's very friendly. Anything that you click, you'll see that it's really telling you what to do. So that's the sharing. If you want to try, you can put it in the chat. And later on, we'll look at your Padlet. So now we are going to go to the wheel, like the setting here. And you can give it a title, okay? So here you give the title. So instead of I will say LOMED Classroom, LOMED Workshop, just for now. Okay, and I'm doing save. So now I have my title LOMED. Then I know everyone wants to fly, but this was something that I did for summer and I thought I will fly, but plans have changed. So I want a different icon. Okay, so I'm going to look at the icon here. Okay, and you can choose something that will reflect your page. So if you teach about food, maybe you will want to do a food icon. If you teach about clothes, maybe you want clothes item to be your, you see it's here, the emoji here. It just gives you a nice picture to a theme. So if we are talking about the weather and I'm teaching weather, let's see, I want to maybe do something that connects to weather. Maybe I want to do, maybe I miss winter, so I want to do a snowman. Maybe I just want the sun, the rainbow. Okay, so I can prefer, and you see if you look at my left side, I have a sun now. And I can change it, so okay, I don't like it so much. Let's have an apple. You see now I change so try to play with that, because eventually when you share your screen, your Padlet, we will be able to see. So if we teach food, we'll do food item. If we teach about birthday unit, I can do the cake. Okay, so just choose anything that you want. If you do sports, or you can also have customized. So for example, you can add your own here on the bottom. And let's say I was talking about Jewish holidays. So I'm going to do add your own, upload. I'm going to upload. And I'm going to choose my pictures from Passover. It's for my files. I can use that. And now it becomes my icon. Okay. So everyone succeeded to make an icon to their Padlet? Yeah, Okay, hopefully. Okay, then we go down, and this is our wallpaper. So this is like the wall, like what kind of pictures do you want? So you can choose colors. Do you want something like that, something like that? You can design according to your theme. So again, play with that. This is solid colors, but I can go back here and I can do something more like that. That's what I chose for you before, or I can do something like that. Okay, I can, whatever you feel like nice to your students or for you. There's all kinds of things like that. Okay, so as we do,
let's just stop for 1 minute. Have people managed to, let's have a thumbs up if you've managed to open a your own Padlet page. Let's just see if people are getting it. All right. I lost Rogers coming back. For those of you who haven't, have you been able to sign up for Padlet? Yes. Okay. So what's holding you up in starting a page?
I'm trying to follow Yael instead of starting my own. I'm just paying attention to what she's
You're just
doing.
listening. Okay.
Yes, I'm totally listening to her.
Okay. Well, that's fine. If that's what you want to choose to do, that's fine. I just want to make sure nobody was stuck. All right. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't interrupt. I just want to make sure
No, it's
everybody's
okay.
with
If
us.
anyone wants me to slow down and just to try, because it's really nice if you can try and share something today at the end, like.
All right. So maybe give everybody a couple minutes to try it out.
Okay, so let's just review what we did. Just try to open a Padlet. Let me just share my screen again. We'll just do this for now. So what we are going to do, you open a Padlet. Okay, when you do here, make a Padlet. Then you will be, a page will be open like that. You're going to click on share. If you didn't give it a name, you can name it now. Okay, actually it's here in the wheel. You can name it here. Try to choose an icon and maybe play with the wall, like choose different background. And this will be recorded, so you'll be able afterwards also to go over that. Remember, your students will be able to do the same. They will be able to create their own wall if you give them projects that are more individual than collaboration. But again, collaboration is the best thing here because everyone can see everyone's and comment to each other. So anyone already did something that they want to share, or?
I think a few of us have put them in the chat.
Okay, great. So let's look at them. So Tzipi, do you want to share and then show what you see?
Sure. Share what? Share
what people shared.
What they did? All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. I will share my screen. This is Lisa's Padlet. All right. And you can see she put up a post and I made a comment on it already.
Okay, great. Perfect. And she has a nice emoji and then great. Good. So you'll continue listening in a few seconds. Anyone else?
This is Aviva's.
Cool. So you added your own picture. Perfect.
And this is mine.
Okay, great.
All right.
And all the rest you can do it later. So let's continue. And I will continue. So we chose the template, and everything you see there is the arrow here, so I can just go back. So we did wallpaper, we chose, or we add your own. Okay, what else do we have on this? This is under the wheel, okay? Here I have the font. In Hebrew, there is not so many, but in English, you will be able to choose a little bit different fonts if you want the writing to be a little bit different in English. This is the comments. Comments means that if you are open it to comments, you don't have to. You can say, okay, this is just posting, no comments. But if you want students to comment to each other, or you want to comment, you can check the comment section. You also can do require approval. If you are not sure that your students will post nice things, or you are just not sure, you can always do that. And this will give you, okay, I see it before they post it. Okay. And you also have filter profanity. But our students probably will not need that. So, but in case you want that. Another thing that it's important to see is the attribution. Here you can give them a name or above each post. So then they have to put their names. Okay, so this is the, under the modify. So modify again is the wallpaper, is the hand, like the font, comments, if you allow them, and reaction. Reactions means, this is also nice. Reaction means that you can either give them none, or you can give them like in social media. You can give them a vote, like you vote for them. Yeah, that's great. So if you do something like let's vote for our favorite holiday, or let's vote, students can actually, you can create your own wall and tell them to comment or to like. You can give them a star. And if it's a individual wall, you can also grade that. Again, I'm not suggesting to grade it in front of everyone unless everyone is great, but this can be used for personal board. So again, you can do all that options. So for example, if I do all that, a star, a vote, you can now give me a like in Facebook or anything else. Okay, so this is under modify, and I can do save, and then everything now that I did, it's saved. Now I close that, and I'm going to the 3 dots here. Here it's very important because you have lots of the things that we talked about. So you have about this Padlet, you can add if you want to write about this Padlet. Okay, gives you information. I always go back here. Remake is when you are done with your free one and you still want to use free, you're going to do remake. Invite people, and here is the invite and share. Print. And now we're going to look at change format. We did a modify is this. And now we're going to go to change format. What does it mean to change format? Is how you want your wall to look like. Do you want it? So I'm going to go back to the wall that we did together. And I'm going to show you how this is going to change. So if I'm going here and I want to change format. These are like the canvases. Canvases, it means how you want the information to be organized on the wall. So what we did, I can do, for example, a grid. So now to look like in a different order. I can do, if I want to do, for example, a stream. So now everything that everyone wrote will go like that. Okay, it depends what your, okay, another thing that is cool is, I'm changing format, is the timeline. So for example, I want to say what holidays comes before. So Shabbat comes, I can move it and I can teach like that. I can say, okay, let's look at around the year and let's say, okay, Pesach before Yom Kippur, after Yom Kippur, if we go by Jewish holidays, right? So I'm starting to look at that and teach like that, or tell the kids, you know, it's nice to put it in order. Okay, and I'm just going here and I see, okay, Pesach, I will move it. Okay, Jewish educator was supposed to be before Pesach this year, right, Tzipi? It was supposed to be, but now it's later. Sukkot, so I can move Sukkot. And this is, again, it's a nice way to first talk with the students and share, okay, why did you choose Sukkot? This is a great picture. What do you know about Sukkot? And where is Sukkot in the timeline? When do you celebrate Sukkot? What month? What month the Gregorian calendar? What is the Hebrew month? This is, again, a way to open a discussion and in an interactive way, instead of just telling them dry, this is the year and this is how you, and for the visual learners, this is a great opportunity because they can actually visualize the timeline in a way that maybe you'll see that they remember. You can also do timeline of prayers of the day. What comes prayer, what is the first prayer? What is the second prayer in our order of the Shacharit, or order of, okay, so that's another cool way to use the board. If you go again to remember, change format, you can go to back channel. Okay, so it's like how people, okay, so we are doing this way. Okay, and one more thing, and again, there are a few more options, but I'm going to show one more thing, that is the shelf. Okay, the shelf, what's nice about the shelf, actually you can assign students and you can give them a shelf. So you can actually write a name, okay, rename column, and I will call it Tzipi, for example. So Tzipi knows that this is her column and she's going to write everything here. And then if I have another student, I'm adding another student, and everyone have their own shelf. And here I can put Yael, and then I can put my own, this will be my own board. Okay, so Tzipi, Yael, and if you have students in the class, you can pre-arrange it in the ahead of time. You can actually pre-plan your class, and you say, okay, everyone finds their name, go and put under your name. So if you want to do it a little bit more organized. Okay, so let's try to do that. Play a little bit with the format. Okay. So again, the format, change your...
Yeah, there was a question on the chat. Can the whole class look at Padlet together at the same time and manipulate live together? Or is it just the teacher who can move things on the timeline, for example?
So again, it depends how you did the setting. If you want to give all students, I'm going back to, you can, I'm going back to, okay, so when you do here in the wheel, you have privacy icon. You need to decide privacy. If it's private, you can do password protected if you want to make sure that only students that you allow.
Did it come?
If you do public, that's what you need to give your students. Okay, so when you publish that, and then there is a way when you actually tell them that they can comments here. Just 1 second, new post.
But can they change other people's text?
Yes,
Or only
well,
their
yeah,
own?
if you let them, yes. So
My question is so if you
What's
share
that?
if you share your screen, so if you wanted to do Padlet up with the timeline and you wanted everyone to be able to, but if I shared my screen as a teacher, I'm the only one who has access to manipulating the timeline, or do they have to go into a separate screen, leave what everyone's looking at to monkey around with the Padlet?
No, so first of all, what you do, I do. You see, I see it on my wall. Whoever's draw this picture, I can see. So everyone works on their own, but the teacher, if you share the screen, everyone sees everyone, right? You see on your screen without looking at my screen, you can actually see the Padlet, right?
I think Jen is asking, would they need to have two windows open? If they wanted to manipulate the Padlet, they'd need two open.
Right. So
one of the concerns I've been hearing some from teachers is that a lot of kids are doing this work on tablets, and then having the multiple windows gets challenging if they're not using a computer and they're using a tablet.
Okay, so basically they don't need to see your share screen. You can just because if I do like that and I say, go to your Padlet, I send you a link, I can see them still in my window, but they can still work on their own and they can see everyone else's. So there is a way that you can allow them either to also be able to change everyone else's or just to use their own. I don't give them an option to change someone else's, but if you, for example, if you want to do a timeline and you want them to work together, so yes, you can tell them there is I just have to find it, that it gives them to, they can actually do, when you look, it's not too, it gives them the option, it will ask you, I can't find it now, just a minute. It will ask you to, if you want everyone to, when you change the privacy setting, try to do it now. If you change the privacy and you go to here, public, they will ask you see, visitors can write, change privacy. So I can do like that. Visitors can write, or visitor can edit. If visitor can edit, they can view and add post, edit and approve other posts. Okay, cannot modify and delete Padlet, invite, but they can actually edit around. I usually only give write, like can write. Sometimes if you just want them to read. So again, Padlet can be also if you want to post like prayers to practice. Again, this can be also an assignment. It doesn't have to be just assignment for students to read, to write. Let's say you just want them to read. So you organize the prayers or you organize the text that you're teaching and you tell them this is your text to read and to watch. Let's say you plan and you say, okay, you have to watch the video. This is basically in a way flipped classroom because you tell them, if I do a Padlet, I will tell to them, okay, now watch this video, listen to my speaking. So in one Padlet, I include everything. They don't have to go to any other emails and any other websites or links. In one Padlet, they will have, one column will be, please read this text. One column I can do, please listen to my, how I pronounce the words in Hebrew. The third comment will be, please watch this video clip about, the establishment of the land of Israel, state of Israel. So it's like one platform that they can practice and get ready for the next class. So when we say flip classroom, we actually tell them, be prepared for the next class, use the board, use the Padlet to practice, and then I will, we'll talk about it in class. Okay, so that's a great way also. And then you give them only, they can read. You don't give them an option to edit or to comment. Okay, and I think we went over everything. You have to share share format, change format. As I said, you can do all kinds of options here. I think it's a very rich platform to play with. So I highly recommend this tool. Any more questions, ideas? You can be very creative with that. They can actually, for example, because the option that they can upload pictures, you can tell them if you teach, for example, if I teach Hebrew and I teach about rooms in the house or about furniture, I just tell them, okay, organize the Padlet as your house. So try to map it. So here is my bed, here is my room, here is my brother's room, and just upload the pictures on Padlet and organize it in a format that will be, so for example, there is also the format of brainstorming. So that's another thing that you can do collaboration. If you go to change format and you do this one, which is, they can actually, I have only one, but you can do, if you see here, change format, you see it's a canvas that show them, where is it? Oh, that's the map. Oh, I'm using it, so that's why. Change format. Okay, so here now that I'm doing it, I can see, okay, this is select group and connect content. So this is the wall that we can make the connections.
Yeah, Diane asked if you would share one more time how to make the columns, how you made those shelves.
Yes, so if you go to, so again, everything is here. You have the remake, share, the wheel and the 3 dots. So you go here to the 3 dots and you want to change format. When you change format, you can choose if you want to do wall, stream, grid, shelf. So I can go back to wall. Okay, and then I have all of you again. And I can just change it to something else. You can do the map if you do anything about something that you need a map. You can use the map to, like if you want to, I don't know, something that connect, I don't know, Judaism around the world, or population of Jewish people around the world. If you do anything that connects to, that relate to that kind of a work, you can also do that. And then you can assign them, okay, look at the continent, how many Jews in Israel, where is the most population? And okay, great. So any question before we go to the next tool? Do you think it's a tool that you might be able to use in the classroom? Yeah, okay. Great. Anyone wants to share last time their Padlet to see if they...
Maybe I'll show you, we've got, Diane's got one.
Okay, great. So in order to write on your board, we need to click on her link and go to her board and share it. So again, you can share it with your students, you can send it to them. This is also very fun and very friendly, and kids love it because they can actually use their computer or laptop or cell phone to do everything in one place. You don't have to run around and here I videotape, here I record, here I read, here I draw.
Yeah, is there an app for it on cell phones?
Yes, there is an app. Okay, great. So now let's go to the next activity, the next game, and we're going to play. So I'm going to share my screen again. And the next game is one of these games that very, very similar to Kahoot, to Quizalize. There are many games today that are in the same ideas of that, but every one of them change a little bit. So for example, if you play Kahoot, you need to control the board and you are the teacher is actually moving the slides, or the teacher controls when is the next step. But in quizzes, for example, you can do it self-paced. So students that are, they need more time, or students that are actually fast, they can progress on their own and not depending on other people. Also, what's nice about quizzes, so you can do it as a all class quiz, game, or homework assignments. You can actually give them to practice, like it creates flashcards. There is a bank of existing quizzes. I'll show you today how you can use that. So you don't have to make up your, invent the wheel every time from, there are some, again, when we talk to Hebrew, it's less, but Jewish, I saw Jewish content more. And after the quiz, you can get reports. You can evaluate each question. How was the question? You can see who did well. You can share it with parents if you need to. Okay, so we are going to play. This is the website we are going to play Jewish holidays, and there is all kinds of games. So if you go to, this is the website. At this moment, we are just going to play first, and then I'm going to explain how to do it. Okay, we are not going to play the entire game, because it's 17 questions. We only play a little bit so you get a taste of it. So we're going to play Jewish holidays. And I'm going to see I have play live, I have assign homework, and I have practice. Practice means you can actually show a share practice. I can play it in now, or I can share the link and let them practice by themselves. So practice means that before I play, I can play. Oh, sorry. I can practice by myself. Okay, play quiz, flashcards. I'm playing with myself. It's not a game yet. Jewish holiday, and I say, okay, What holidays every Friday and Saturday? Flip. It gives me the answer. Got it. I'm going to the next question. Flip. Got it. Okay. And in a way, it's a nice thing to practice vocabulary, to practice content. If you ask, if you teach, if you want them to, be ready before class so they can play at home and come to school with that. Or you can tell them to play with a friend. If you break out rooms and you say, okay, one friend is asking the question, one friend is flipping, and then you can do that. So that's the practice. Let me just exit this. Okay, now I'm back to my quizzes, and let's play the game. So play live. There are, again, a few options. You can do it as a team. Team means students answer at their own pace, but scores are grouped by team. So this is different than Kahoot. You can do it as a team, but you can also tell them you contribute to the team, but you're not alone. Classic will be students answer on their own pace and continue, and then you can also assign it as a test. And then we're not going to do it now, but I'm going to do the classic. So everyone here will continue on his own, okay? And again, you will look at the options. You can do a name, you can complete setting, you can give them a meme. There is like a meme for every, and you can choose their memes, or you can show memes, funny memes, or you can create your own memes. But again, that is after you practice that. And you can see what, what you want to add to your, so it's not assigned to any class. You can select, I can assign it to class. I created classes. So if I go to my classes, I can create, I think I did LOMED class, but I'll just go here now. Okay, so let's play. I chose the classic games. 17 questions, we only do like 3 or 4 that you'll get a taste of that. So how do you play? Everyone goes on their cell phone or tablet or joinmyquiz.com. And then you have this. So here I'm waiting for players to join the game. You see everyone gets their memes. Okay, so I have 5 people. Are we waiting for more?
We only have about, what's the code?
6 minutes.
The
right?
code is 194990. All right, we only have like 6 minutes left, so why don't you
Okay.
go ahead and play it?
Do you hear the sound or no? Well, there is I don't know if you hear the sound. Let me share with the, and I will make it a little bit, just there is a, so on your own, you can either show only top 5, you can players, or you can just show the question. So if you do it in class, you can only show the questions, like how many people are answering the questions. Or I can do, okay, so students can actually practice, or they can do it as a group. Okay, like 30 seconds. Okay, great. So I'm going to end the game. You got the idea that basically they can progress on their own way. They can practice at home. I'm going to end the game, sorry. And let's go and end the game. And let's see what I have here. Okay, so again, you have the winners, if you want to show that. Okay, and now let's go to my board again. So to create quizzes, first you need to sign up for quizzes. So you go to quizzes.com. Here you create your quiz, your account. I usually use the school account. It's free, so it's really nice. And after you go and create your account, let's see what we have. So here you have my quizzes, the quizzes that you create or you take from other people. So
yeah, Mara has a question.
Yes. I can't hear.
You're on mute, Mara.
Sorry. She can continue. I'll share when she's done explaining this. I don't want to interrupt.
Yep.
Okay. So I have all my classes. I have my quizzes. I have reports. Okay, so I can actually see. I use it also as part of a quiz, especially now online. It's part of my quiz. I can see, okay, accuracy is 22%, total pair 9s, for example. I can actually go in each one of them and see how each student's answer. So if I go back to my report, okay, so for example, I can see, and that's what they get, let's say in the quiz. If it's a quiz, I can email to parents and say, okay, if it's a beautiful job or if you want to comment. In each student, I can see how they answer the question, what they answer correctly, what they didn't answer, and I can see, okay, who is struggling with like few letters, who is still, where the problems, maybe the questions were hard. So I can actually look at my questions and see how people answer. So it gives you statistics. So if like 63% answer it or didn't answer. So it's just for you also to see. Okay, standards, if you're in public schools and you use standards, you can connect standards to the questions. And then you can, of course, download, print if you have face-to-face. I used to print it for conferences to show, but if you can also send it today. The other thing, again, if you want, you can view a quiz. The next one I want to show is that the memes, of course, you can choose memes if you didn't want the memes that they gave, or they can create their own meme. This is just fun thing for students to have. And the next one I want to show you is the collaboration, like the collections that you can actually take from other people. That's my classes. So LOMED, I created a class for you. So I can put, and then find the quiz. So if you go to find the quiz, this is all the quizzes, Jewish, study, holidays. Before. And I'm looking and you see other people already did that. Taking this.
Yeah, something's wrong with your sound, I think.
Is it better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
We need to wrap up. It's 3 o'clock. So
yes,
if
so
you
I'm
could wrap
just
up
going to
and we'll
show
take
you that
Mara's question.
Just to do Jewish holidays, you click here, you have the option to open it. You can edit this, you can take it, share with, you can edit. If you copy that and you edit, creating duplicate. So let's say one of the questions I didn't like or I didn't teach, I can actually change the question. What holiday is a day of self-reflection? Let's say I didn't teach that, I want to edit, I can edit the question, make it my own. I can edit the answers, I can add. So basically, someone already made it, but you make it your own. So yeah, so quizzes, it's a great tool, fun, and just keep playing with that and see the options. Okay, thank you so much. It was short, but I hope...
Yeah, let's get Mara's question real quick before we go.
Yes.
I just really quickly wanted to share that, I teach younger kids, and for quizzes, what I love about it is you can upload sounds as the questions. So that's been huge for Hebrew with vocab and even decoding and letter learning.
Great.
Thanks, Mara. That's awesome. So I put back in the link these two other courses you can take online. There's the boot camp and there's the Macomb one. Please sign up. CJL will reimburse you. You have to pay up front, but CJL will reimburse it. And if the timing doesn't work for you, there is an asynchronous version that you can email me about, and I will send you the link. And please RSVP for the Salute to Jewish Educators. Thank you, on August 9th. And Yael, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us and your wisdom. Thumbs up.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
really helpful.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Toda rabah.
Yael.
What's that? I didn't hear.
Toda rabah.
Oh, toda rabah. Thank you. Enjoy and make Padlets. Bye, guys.